Spoilers. Britt's bad behavior forces Carly's hand as she pushes Jason away. Port Charles had always known Britt as unpredictable, but lately her behavior crossed a line even the town's most seasoned drama watchers couldn't ignore. What once passed as sharp wit and unapologetic confidence had hardened into something far more dangerous: reckless choices, pointed comments, and actions that sent shockwaves through carefully balanced alliances. And this time, the consequences landed squarely on Carly. Carly prided herself on control, not control in the sense of dominance, but survival. She had learned the hard way that in Port Charles, chaos only needed one crack to pour through. Britt had become that crack, wide, jagged, and impossible to ignore. It started quietly. A rumor here, a public moment there. Britt pushed boundaries with a smirk, daring anyone to call her out. She spoke too freely, hinted at things better left buried, and seemed almost amused by the discomfort she created. To Britt, it was honesty. To Carly, it was a ticking bomb. Jason noticed the shift before Carly admitted it. He watched her grow guarded, quieter, her instincts sharpening. When Britt's name came up, Carly's jaw tightened. Jason asked once, just once, if Britt was becoming a problem. Carly didn't answer, because answering would mean acknowledging what she already knew. Britt's bad behavior wasn't just embarrassing, it was dangerous. Port Charles thrived on secrets, but some secrets were survival tools. Britt seemed determined to poke at those, to test loyalties, to see how far she could go before someone snapped. And with every move Britt made, the pressure mounted on Carly to act. The breaking point came in public. A gathering meant to project unity instead turned icy when Britt made an offhand remark that carried too much meaning to be accidental. The room went silent. Eyes shifted. People exchanged looks they tried and failed to hide. Carly felt it immediately. The threat wasn't what Britt said, it was what she implied. Later that night, Carly stood alone, staring out over the city lights. Port Charles looked peaceful from a distance, but she knew better. One wrong move and everything she'd fought to protect could collapse. Jason found her there. He didn't push, he never did. He just stood beside her, steady as always, waiting. Carly finally spoke, her voice low but firm. Britt couldn't be trusted anymore, not around our world, not around him. Jason didn't argue, but his silence carried weight. Britt wasn't just a complication, she was someone he had history with, someone who had seen parts of him few others had. Carly knew that, and knowing it made the decision even harder. Hard, but necessary. Carly's instincts screamed that Britt would keep pushing, keep provoking until something exploded, and when it did, Jason would be standing too close to the blast. She couldn't allow that. So Carly did what she always did when danger threatened. She made the first move. She began pulling Jason back, not abruptly, not dramatically, but deliberately. Fewer conversations, shorter meetings, a growing emotional distance disguised as practicality. She framed it as caution, as strategy, but Jason felt it. Every step Carly took away from him landed like a silent warning. He understood the message even when it wasn't spoken. Britt was forcing choices no one wanted to make. Meanwhile, Britt noticed the change too, and she didn't like it. Being sidelined wasn't part of her plan. She had never played small, and she wasn't about to start now. If anything, Carly's resistance fueled her defiance. Britt pushed harder, her actions bolder, her attitude sharper. She didn't care who she unsettled. That only confirmed Carly's fears. The more Britt spiraled, the more Carly felt cornered. Protecting her family, her power, and her future meant creating distance, even if it meant hurting Jason in the process. The moment finally came when Carly made her stance unmistakably clear. She chose separation over risk. Jason saw it in her eyes before she said anything. This wasn't about trust between them, it was about survival. Carly wasn't pushing him away because she didn't care. She was pushing him away because she cared too much to let Britt's recklessness drag him into danger. Still, the damage was done. Jason walked away that night with questions Carly couldn't answer and pain she couldn't fix. The space between them felt heavier than any argument ever could. And Britt? She watched it all unfold with an unreadable expression. Whether she realized it or not, her bad behavior had forced a chain reaction, one that fractured alliances and left emotional wreckage behind. Carly had drawn her line. Jason had been pushed to the other side, and Britt stood at the center of it all, daring the world to blame her. In Port Charles, actions always have consequences. The question now wasn't whether Carly did the right thing. It was whether pushing Jason away would protect him or cost her everything she was trying to save. And with Britt still refusing to back down, the storm was far from over.